Khosa Nation, good morning, Sanmanan Bafiti. Oh, actually, good afternoon. Ngolisa Bafiti, I made a mistake, but good afternoon. I hope everyone is doing well in Makaya. And also, before Njing and Jella with, today's bad news, because definitely there's something bad that is happening for one of our players, which is Gaston Sirino. I know some people might be saying, but keep inviting us from my report in terms of, player signings, but at the end of the day, this is something that you need to know about, because Gaston Sirino, as much as I would love to say wara, he's still one of our own, and he's still contracted with Kaizer until June 2026. So recently, according to Sunday World, they've just reported, saying what Gaston Sirino is in debt in terms of South African tax, which is the tax bill. According to them, he owes SARS about 6.1 million rands, which is a lot. And when we go deeper, we look at the story, they say previously it was about 5.9, and then just because penalties and interest isn't this fananalezo, it just rose up to 6.1 million rands. Now, unfortunately, Gaston Sirino himself hasn't said anything so far, but one thing I can say is that it's not looking good, because if you look at the situation, we've had players like Abokama Piliet who now were facing something related to tax, and then also now recently we did speak about Bobby Mutaung owing about 4 point something million, which obviously it's something, guys. You might say it's a little money, but to be honest with you guys, it's a lot, because you're just paying tax. You're not using that cash to do something. We are just paying, so obviously it's going to be something big, especially for a player, so as things stand, we are still waiting to hear from Sirino himself. But so far, according to Sunday World, they say he's been, ignoring the letters that has been sent to him. So far, we don't know what inside like it, but a lot of you guys, check my comments. Some say, it looks like Umjita was not getting paid enough at Mamelodi Sundowns, so that's why she analyzing ukuthi unama anger issues, is because Emali was not making any sense for him at the start, because if that was the case, then Bengegaza be nama anger issues, Bengegaza Hambi even at Sundowns. But I don't think that is the case, to be honest with you guys. I don't think that is the case. Probably there's something, or there's more to the story than we are currently being led to believe. But I hope in time Uzopumana as well as a band in terms of what is happening. But I've seen a lot of players getting into debt with same situations. I just hope they can just have financial managers, people who are going to help them in terms of spending money, and also track record okay, this is how they're doing and everything. So one might feel like Sirino is being punished because he's not a South African. Let's be honest, there are many South Africans who have faced similar issues. So we just have to understand what is happening behind closed doors, because if you don't know the full story, then we can't be able to say definitely Umjita is being punished. No, I don't think that is the case. Yes, he might have neglected or let go of some of those responsibilities to make sure he's on par in terms of our debt and everything. But if this is the case, then you have to ask yourself what is happening, what is truly happening behind those closed doors. Because in the payment, and I don't think that is the case. If it was the case, and then Ngabikdala or Hamba at Sundowns, and he would have sued them or something. So the same legal action that has been taken against him, he would have taken it against the Mamelodi Sundowns, which obviously he did not. So I don't think it was because of indaba zemali when this guy, Coach Peter Msimane, joined Mamelodi Sundowns, the first thing was to make sure to adjust our payment so that every player is paid almost similarly. So when you are getting paid more money than the other player, so That's why I'm saying I don't think it's because of e-payment. It must be something else. Obviously, I'm hoping soon also Kulumelo Mchita I showed okay, this is what is happening. If ever he will say, I'm doing privacy and I fixed those problems, then definitely that is not a problem. But for me, guys, I don't know what is happening. So you can let me know. You can let me know down in the comment section below. And also, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday's live stream because I did a mistake. When we talked about Umihlali, I said there's Mihlali and also another Mihlali. It's Mhleli. It's Mhleli. I did a mistake, but I tried to rectify and I left a comment down there in the comment section below. Which, guys, I made a mistake. The name is Mhleli Mambuza. Now, I'm still waiting for the update whether he has signed or Gusazo signed. But so far, yesterday, things are as it stands. We are waiting to hear whether it's a done deal or not. If we done deal, then I will be happy. But according to assessment, they were impressed and they were very happy in Shilo yesterday. So it's only a matter of time until he signed the contract. And also, Shilo, it looks like Solomons might be leaving, but we are not too sure with what is going to happen. So that is all that I had for you guys. If you have anything to tell me or ask me, do not be afraid, guys. Do ask me the way I know how. Even if you feel like, okay, there's a question that you want to ask and I haven't responded, in a video form, because I do not always have enough time to be able to go through comments. There's a lot of comments, and without a mobile phone, things are not easier for me to be able to respond to those comments. But back then, when I still had a phone, it was much easier. But I think I will sort out that problem probably this month, and if all goes well, then I will try to sort out that problem so that I can be able to get back to my commenting, and whenever I have time I can be able to respond to those comments. But other than that, for now, I will just have to read them from the screen. I will still have to go back and just try to analyze everything from your side. And then I have 2-3 comments. Mayor says, what is happening with Gaston Sirino? Sorry, I'm late. Hey, Gaston Sirino ukolota isars imali no 6.1 million rands, which is just for tax. And I feel like it's a lot, but it is what it is. So that means talanga ipatali tax. It's been years ang ipatali tax. So some might say he's being targeted because he's a foreign player, but let's be honest, I don't think that is the case. We've had similar situations with South African players, you understand? So I don't think he's a foreigner. I just think it's a matter of the players themselves, they tend to neglect his into which they are supposed to take care of. So I hope this doesn't affect him on the pitch when he goes back, because clearly it's something that he needs to deal with and resolve it. And I don't think he's going to be able to have enough cash to repay this amount of cash, because it's a lot. I don't think Sirino is someone who has businesses. He's just someone that I know. I don't think he has businesses. At least if began a business pillar. Kumbule, this is the last year who contract yake. After this year, he will be done. He will be out of a job, unless there's a team that is going to sign him and then Amazon Patala very well, which so far we only know Kaizer Chiefs as a big team is the team that is or has been able to pay him gahle. So I don't know, guys. Financially, I think Abachita, they do need help, especially the players, as Abachita, they are performing very well. They tend to neglect his into and they think everything is fine and all is well. But I think this needs agent resolvement. And then Lwandile, any news on Saling? I would love to see the guy at Naturena. Well, in terms of Monapilo Saling, as I've said before, Satulegile, I won't say much, but if there's something that happens, I will definitely be here, guys, and give you an update in terms of Monapilo Saling. But so far, things are quiet. So yeah, that's all I can say. I hope you guys are satisfied. Henders Milan players must assign tax consultant to submit tax returns to them. Well, definitely, I think Sting Abantawafana no Henders Milan to be able to to help the players or anything, because financially, Abachita, they are struggling, and this is not the first time. As I've said before, this is not the first time Clays and Jigninking is fan analysis when it comes to Imali, Netex, and Nan. So I just hope I just hope they can be able to open their eyes early and then bazame adjust those problems, those certain problems. You know, you end up seeing a player retire when he's no longer playing. You be like, how umchita bekadlala grand bekahola beka right mara manje so umbona ule tratini, you know, things are not working out for him, or things are being repossessed, which is something engibona ngathi izoyenzeka now Sirino if he doesn't get his things in order. Now I don't know if he can at least manage to settle with the, you know, a SARS and then be able to say, no, I will pay for a period of this amount and then ngizophatala kangaka so that things will be much easier. But other than that, hey guys, I see a huge problem, and this definitely might affect his ability to play in the pitch. Definitely next season he might be a player we will feel like we are short, because definitely if he's not you know, fixed in terms of indaba finances, then definitely it's going to be a problem, not just off the pitch but on the pitch. So that is something. Kwandile or like QP, it's Wandile. As Kipani, and how does Gaston Sirino owe 6 million of tax? It tax should be deducted from his salary. So how does he get to 5.9 million of tax? Well, kumbule, there are things, certain things as tina la emzansi, you know, we like, okay, in the way tax born and patali tax, and then we see a bypass. So whenever you bypass, there's always consequences. I think it's one of the cases. You can never register business or something, anything, and then bypass a tax, which I do not have more knowledge in terms of what is happening, but I do know that there's a way you can bypass the tax, and when you bypass, is so I think eating our Henry Smelane to explain more. Is someone maybe who is familiar with my finances. I do know this guy is very intelligent. I hope how does he get to owing 6.1 million? It's a lot. It's more than which probably by now they've tried to come to an agreement and maybe they're settling it if ever that is the case. But other than that, hey guys, I honestly do not know. But definitely, Nisho, I think they do need financial managers. Naranjan, they do need them. QP, what about Sipombule? Are we signing him? Sipombule, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting, but they said around today or tomorrow we'll have an update in terms of Sipombule, whether he signed or he did not sign, because Kumbule, they did have a meeting with Kaizer Chiefs, I think the day before yesterday, later on. So definitely I will let you know, guys, whether he signed or he did not sign. Hi sir, how are you? How about goalkeeping department? Well, goalkeeping department exatulekile so far. The only interest that we know of is Ronaldo Liena from Elon. That team is Kokuna United, if I'm not mistaken. So we have to wait and see what is going to happen. But so far, exatulekile, guys, when there's something, obviously, I will let you know. Thank you. Peace.